Oh boy. He just got a haircut, so that's why he looks like this. Oh, like mama's lipstick? Oh, come on. And that's why there's an extra chair here, because Manny likes to sit next to me. Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a Q&A. Yesterday on Instagram, I asked you guys to leave me questions, anything that you wanted to know. If you're new to my channel or you just haven't seen my other Q&A video, but I mean, it has been a really long time since I've done a Q&A. I think my last one was like 2 years ago. I just feel like this lash is about to pop off. So I figured it was time to do an updated version. Really? You know, like when that lash just like pokes you in the corner of your eye? It's the most uncomfortable feeling, I feel. And this is the first time that you guys are seeing me with my lighter hair. I have another session to go. I go back to the hair salon on the 25th just to add a little more brightness to the ends and like throughout the hair. It looks different in every single light that I go in. Like sometimes I'm like, ah, and then sometimes I'm like, ooh. So I go back again on the 25th. So I will leave my hairstylist name and her information in the bottom bar if you guys live in my area and you're just looking for a bomb stylist. She's the bomb, she's the sweetest thing in the world. Her name is Rebecca, so I will leave all her info in the bottom bar. Okay. Are we gonna have to rip these lashes off? Also, I know that I've been a little MIA, but last week I was in LA and then I came back this week and I had so much stuff to do in this short amount of time. And then I leave again for LA on Monday. So in 2 days I leave again and then I come back Wednesday, and then Thursday through Sunday is Playlist Live in Orlando. So if you're gonna go to Playlist, I will be at Playlist Live. I have a panel and a meetup scheduled. So I'll leave that information in the bottom bar. So these past 3 weeks have been just super like this to me, and I just feel a little bit overwhelmed, and I'm sorry that I haven't got up a lot of videos. It's just I've just been overwhelmed lately, but I am trying to get things super duper in order so that I can focus on getting lots of content out to you guys. I see your guys' comments and I see that you're sad or you're mad at me or whatever it is, but I apologize. It's not that I'm just sitting around not wanting to film videos. It's just I have so many things happening that sometimes it's like hard for me to come in here and just like sit down and film for you. So yeah, it's not an excuse. I'm just telling you guys what the hell has been going on. All right, so enough of that. Let's go ahead and jump into the questions. Okay, so the first thing everybody seems to want to know, even strangers on the street ask me, no really, when I'm getting married and when I'm having children. Okay, so first, marriage. I don't ever see myself getting married. I am not a super religious person. I'm a more spiritual person, and I feel like marriage has a lot to do with, you know, religion. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with marriage or anything. I'm the most non-judgmental person you will probably ever meet in your life. But for me personally, it's just not something that I have ever wanted. I've had friends since I was like 10 years old that knew their wedding down to their T how they want it. I've never imagined it. I've never thought of it. I've never really cared too much about it. Me and Jeremy will have been together for 7 years in June. No kids. We're together because we want to be together. We're together longer than some people's marriages are together. And I'm not saying any of this to be like mean or like rare about it. It's just not something that I've ever seen for myself. I don't see how us being married would change our relationship because I had a ring on my finger, a piece of paper, and his last name. I like my last name. I mean, I like his last name too, but I don't want to get rid of my last name. Why do the girls gotta get rid of their last name? Nicole Keating. I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell like Nicole Guerriero, you know? I just don't think marriage is for me, and I don't feel the need to be married. I don't feel the need to call somebody my husband. But again, to each their own. If you want to get married, that's totally cool. You can invite me to your wedding. I love weddings. I'll catch the bouquet, but I will not be the next one to get married. And then also, do I want to have children? I'm always on the fence with kids. I feel like kids are such a huge responsibility, and they're also one of the, you know, the greatest accomplishments of your life. And for me, I just don't feel ready to have kids. Do I want to have children? Of course I want to have kids. I want to have maybe 2 kids. Me and kids get along so well, and I think that's because I'm just really like a fully grown child, and kids can tell that. So any little kid I meet, we're like instantly like this, BFFs. But I'm on like that more of that like Jennifer Lopez children timeline, you know? Maybe I should go like freeze my eggs or something though, because you know, I just turned 30. But I do want kids, so maybe like in the next 3 to 5 years, I'll have like a mini me. I would love to have twins, like 2 at once, you know? 1 time pregnant, 2 kids, done with it. Is YouTube something you see yourself doing forever, or is it just a right now kind of thing? Well, I've been doing YouTube now for almost 6 years. I think May next year will be 6 years that I've been doing it. I started filming videos when I was 24, and like I said, I just turned 30. I do love making videos. I love the creative process of it, but the way my mind works is I can only create when I feel it. Like, I wish I was a pre-filmer. I wish I could, you know, pre-film videos and then just have them like waiting, but that's just not how it works. So to me, YouTube isn't a right now thing because I've been doing it for so long, and I don't have any intentions of stopping anytime soon. I'm just venturing off and doing other things besides just doing like one YouTube thing. And just because I don't talk about the things that I'm doing doesn't mean that I'm not doing anything. I'm the kind of person that likes to keep things quiet until, you know, it's ready to be talked about. I don't want to ever be like, guess what's happening? What's my favorite breed of cat, and would I ever consider getting a dog? I don't have a favorite breed of cat. I don't have purebred cats. I adopt my cats or I rescue them off the street because there's so many cats that need homes and are going to be just as loving and a wonderful cat as if you were to spend, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars on a cat. But I don't have a favorite breed. I love all cats. There's not one that I dislike. I even take one of those little hairless cats. I think they're super cute too. Do you have to lotion those cats? And would I ever consider a dog? We are considering getting a dog super soon. Obviously, we would get 2 dogs. We wouldn't get 1, we would get 2, so they were friends. But yeah, we're thinking about getting a pit bull and a Frenchie. As a tall woman, what is your best advice to overcome your insecurities when it comes to wearing heels and being taller, in all caps, than everyone else? I would just say that just start wearing heels. Like, if you put on a pair of shoes and they make you feel good, then wear the shoes. Who cares really if you're the tallest girl in the building? Most of the time, that's me. Usually anywhere we go, I'm the tallest person in the room. Well, the tallest girl in the room. No matter if I'm in flats or if I'm in heels. If I'm in heels, I'm probably 6'1" on, you know, the regular, and that's perfectly okay with me because this is who I am. I'm never gonna shrink. My legs are never gonna get shorter. I mean, maybe when I'm like, you know, 70 or something, I'll shrink by an inch or 2, but this is who I am and I can't change it, so all I can do is embrace it. So if you're feeling a little insecure about being the tallest girl in the room, don't. Think of the most beautiful women in the world as models, and what are they? They're super tall. We're winning. So somebody asked how Manny was doing because they remembered that he was diagnosed with leukemia. Manny's actually sitting right here in my lap. My legs are totally asleep because I'm sitting Indian style because he likes to curl up. This chair is also for Manny here if you were wondering why there's an extra chair for me, because most of the time he sits right here while I do my makeup. He just went for a checkup. I've had him for about a year now, and when we found out that he was diagnosed with feline leukemia, which if you don't know what feline leukemia it is, it's really common in cats, especially street cats. Kittens get it, they can get it from their mom, and it's incurable and it's contagious to other cats. So unfortunately, he cannot be around the other cats. I mean, he has been around them. They've tested negative for feline leukemia, and everybody says something different, like you can have them around each other, just don't let them share litter boxes or eat from the same food bowl. But it's just really hard with cats to keep them, you know, out of a litter box because they want to mark their territory and their sense. But Manny is sitting right here and he's doing well. He just went to the vet 2 days ago to get a little bath and a shave, and they said that he's, you know, basically healthy other than the fact that he has feline leukemia. So hopefully he will live a long life. Some cats can live with it and some cats can't, but so far so good. He's the most loving, affectionate, caring cat ever. I just love him so much, and I just hope that he lives forever. They say when they're in a loving environment and stress-free environment that they do live longer, so I hope that's what I'm providing for him because he's just the sweetest boy ever. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? See, I get these questions all the time, and I get these questions from brands that I work with and management that I work with, and it's just like, I don't know where I'd see myself. Like, if I had a crystal ball to bust out, would I even look to see what I would do in 5 years? I don't think so. I'm a very live in the moment kind of person, and I'm not a very good planner. Hopefully I'll have a kid or 2 in 5 years, and hopefully I will just be happy, you know, and content. Those are 2 like super important things to me, is just to be happy and content with what I have. we're so stuck, like, I feel like in a world where it's all about like what you have in comparison to like other people, and what's most important is like what's right in front of you. Like every day I get up and I'm thankful that I have a roof over my head, that I have food to put in my mouth. So in 5 years, I just hope that I have the same happiness and contentness that I have today. What does Jeremy think about me doing YouTube? He's super supportive. If he wasn't, you know, had to kick him to the curb, but he is super supportive. In any relationship, if who you're with isn't your biggest fan, then like, what's the point, right? So he's the number one. If you were stranded on an island for the rest of your life, what 2 things would you bring and why? If I were stranded on an island for the rest of my life, well, I would bring Beebs because that's good enough for me. And what else would I bring? Could I just like wrap my cats into one item, like my 3 cats and Beebs? What is some advice you would give your 20-year-old self? Some advice I would give my 20-year-old self is don't think that you have to accomplish things in your 20s. Honestly, you're still a kid, like you were a teenager 2 years ago. I feel like so many people want to be super successful at a really young age. And if you look at really successful people in life, they didn't become successful until like their 30s and their 40s because you're honestly still a kid when you're 20 years old. And I was so focused on trying to be an adult when I was like 20 years old that I kind of missed out on being a kid and like having fun because I just wanted to be like a successful person, and I just felt like, oh, by the time of 24, like I need to have a house and I need to be moved out on my own and financially taking care of myself, and that's like so unrealistic, especially like in today's world. So to my 20-year-old self, I would just say, you know, take your time. Success will come if you work for it, and don't think that it's going to happen overnight because it's not. Someone asked, do I love French fries? Yes. Who is your favorite Disney character? I think it's a tie between Ariel and Princess Jasmine. I've never been able to kind of pick one or the other because Ariel, I mean, she's just a mermaid. Hello. I can sing every Little Mermaid song. And then Princess Jasmine because she was kind of the first dark-haired, dark-skinned princess, and I was dark-haired and dark-skinned when I was a little kid, so I was like, yes, please. So it's always just kind of been like a tie between those two. And yes, I used to be way more tan than this when I was a child because we lived at the beach in the pool. What was one of your most embarrassing moments? I haven't had a super embarrassing moment in a really long time, just because I don't think I get super embarrassed anymore. But the only thing that really kind of stands out, and it goes all the way back to middle school, I'm in 8th grade, I'm standing in the lunch line, I have on a gray sweatshirt and gray sweatpants, and everybody's there and we're all and one of my really good friends comes up behind me and he shanks me. He doesn't stab me, he shanks me. I feel like I told you guys this story before, but it's the only embarrassing moment that I can think of because I just remember being like, oh my God. Thank God I had on a sweater that was like long and it like covered everything. Otherwise I'd have just been standing there in my drawers, you know, with all my classmates. But he shanked me, which means he pulled my pants all the way down to my ankles in front of everybody, and I just didn't know what to do. I think I ended up like just punching him, but that was a super embarrassing moment for me. I can't think of anything like recent. Oh, I know another embarrassing moment, but it was in the dark, so I don't know how many people saw me. I was probably like 15 or 16 and we were at the movies, and our movie theater was like, you know, like stadium seating, so I had these like really tall stairs to go down, and I was walking down the stairs and I think I had on like flip-flops that were like this big, wide, remember those like platform flip-flops, and I just ate it all the way down the stairs. And I think a few people saw me. I actually don't remember because I feel like I kind of blacked it out, but I did go back into the movie theater in case you were wondering, and it was the movie King Kong. I remember that. I think that I just got in my car and drove home. I left anybody that I was there with, I just left because I was embarrassed. But again, I don't know how many people saw me because it was in the dark, but it was embarrassing. I hope I'm in focus. My eyes are getting so bad that I can barely see the screen to tell if I'm in focus or not. What are your thoughts on microblading? Okay, so microblading, if you don't know what it is, it's when you get all the hair shaved off of your face, which I have been shaving my face for a really, really long time. If you guys want to see a video on it, I'll show you how to do it, but there are tons of videos on YouTube now on how to shave your face. It really exfoliates the top layer of your skin, and by removing all the hair off your skin, especially if you're someone that wears makeup, your makeup just sits on your face so much better than if you were to have hair on your face. So microblading is done at like a dermatologist office, or you know, wherever you go to get facials, and they just take a blade and they shave all the hair off your face. So I'm totally about it. I love microblading. I have never got my face like professionally done, like shaved, because I've just been doing it for years and years myself, so I'm about that life. Somebody asked, in my opinion, you're such a humble person, and how do you manage to stay that way being so successful? To keep yourself humble, I feel like is super important in any aspect, no matter like what you do or who you are. And how I remain humble is I just think back to when I had nothing, like nothing, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't grow up like a rich kid, nothing like that. Like, we grew up in the hood, we moved around a lot. It was me and my mom for a really long time, and my mom did everything that she could to support me. I get like really emotional when I talk about my mom. What the fuck? I just like, Flo just came to town, so maybe that's why I'm feeling emotional. But my mom just keeps me really humble, you know, because are you serious right now? I'm very grateful and thankful for everything that I have in my life. And I feel like I'm super grateful because I appreciate it so much, because I know what it's like, you know, not to have anything and to struggle for things. I cannot believe I'm so emotional right now. I'm sorry. I feel like I get super emotional like the older I get. I'll tell you a story since we're being all emotional right now. When my mom and dad got divorced, they got divorced when I was like 10 years old. And I don't want to cry because my makeup looks really good today, you know what I mean? And I don't want my lash to fly off. But when my parents got divorced, my mom was super sad about it, and she was very heartbroken. And I felt like I had to be super strong for her. So I can remember from the time that I was like 10 years old to maybe about like the time I was like 22 years old, I didn't cry. I did not cry. I was not emotional. And I'm very guarded in the sense of my emotions because I don't want to be hurt by anything, you know what I mean? But I didn't cry because I wanted to be strong, you know, for my mom. I wanted to be my mom's like backbone. So now I feel that because I didn't cry for so long, that the smallest things set me off and make me cry. And anytime I talk about my mom or anything like that, it just, I love my mom very much, so it makes me emotional. I cannot, like, I'm laughing, but I'm crying. I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because my mom keeps me humble, because I saw how hard she worked for things and how much she struggled trying to provide for me. So I feel like that's why I say humble, because of my mom. I know what it's like not to have anything, and I'm truly grateful and thankful for everything that I have in my life. Okay, on to the next question. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to some questions that aren't gonna make me emotional. Like, do I like my hair light or dark? I like both. I like my dark hair because that's my natural hair, and I love my light hair because it's just fun. It makes me feel like a different person. I feel like you can do different makeup looks with light or dark hair, and I know, and people always ask too how I keep my hair healthy after it's lightened. This is just an illusion of healthy hair because there's like serums and oils in it. When you do go lighter, you are drying out your hair. Hold on, my hair looks rough right now as I'm talking about it. I'm just somebody, like, somebody was asking me the other day, like, I want to dye my hair light, but I don't want to cause any damage to it. Like, I'd rather have 57 different colors hair and it be damaged than have one color hair and it be super healthy. So I guess you just have to decide if you want really healthy hair or if you want to have different color hair throughout your life. Because no matter what, if you're coloring your hair, not like coloring, like putting color into your hair, like if you're depositing color into your hair, that's perfectly okay. But if you're stripping color from your hair, like going lighter, then that is going to cause damage. But like I said, I'd rather have 87 different hair colors throughout my life and deal with a little bit of damage than have super healthy hair and have one color my whole life. I could not have one color my whole life. How do you feel about Instagram makeup hacks? Like the spoon bullshit? Girl. The spoon makeup, the knife makeup, the taping your face to get your contours right. People are contouring their butt cheeks and their legs and their boobs and like their abs, and it's like, ain't nobody got time for that. Like, I'm not contouring my legs and I'm not using a spoon to contour my face. Stop it. So somebody asked why I don't ever go on the beauty trips with other YouTubers. I do get invited on these trips. It's just I choose not to go. I'm very much a homebody, and if I don't have to leave my house or my cats, I'm not gonna. Most of the time that I'm going places, it's for business. Like when I'm in LA, I'm out there for business. I'm not out there to kiki and hang out. I'm out there to get shit done. Have you ever gotten Botox done or anything to your face? I have never gotten Botox done, even though I'm considering it because I'm a psychopath and I see one line in my forehead. But I have had fillers done underneath my eyes. I did vlog about it. I have a whole vlog on it. It does say under eye filler on it. It wasn't that long ago. I got my like troughs filled, I think they were called. I'll post a picture to show you guys how intense, like how hollow my under eyes were, and I never even realized it until I just saw this picture not that long ago. A lot of people have been asking, we'll address the same questions that people have been asking, how I like my fillers. Again, I've only had fillers done here underneath my eyes, and I've had Sculptra and Voluma placed under here. I do like it. I notice it way more when I have makeup on, that this area is so popped forward. When I don't have makeup on, I don't really notice the difference as much. I did have a laser treatment done underneath my eyes as well to kind of diminish the look of dark circles. I feel like that shit didn't do nothing. But I do like the filler. Like I said, in this picture, you can totally see how hollow my underneath area was, and I just like that it's more filled under there. So I haven't gotten Botox done yet, but I have had Voluma and Sculptra done underneath my eyes. Cupcakes or cookies? Whoa. Cupcakes. No cookies. No cupcakes. No cookies. No. Cupcakes. I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm gonna say cookies though. Chips Ahoy? What? Okay, somebody wants to know, how did I gain / maintain my confidence / body confidence? You always seem so cool and laid back in your body and everything. It's definitely something that I work on. I honestly do this every day. I look at myself in the mirror and I tell myself I love me and that I am beautiful, because I want to exude the confidence so that other girls are confident in themselves. You know, I feel like girls have such a huge amount of pressure on them to look a certain way, and if I don't love myself, I can't put that out there for other people to love themselves. So I truly do love every aspect of myself. I do still struggle sometimes with insecurities. If we're being super honest here, I have big boobs. I've always had really big boobs since I was probably in 3rd grade. I developed super duper early, and it did make me really insecure basically through middle school and high school, because everybody that I knew was flat-chested. Everybody that I knew was flat-chested except me. Here I was. I had these D's at like 6th grade, you know what I mean, walking around. So at certain points in my life, I was super insecure about it, and I can look at old pictures of myself and I'm super hunched over. I have my arms like crossed like in front of me like this, just trying to hide, you know, what God gave me apparently. But I am confident in it now because I realize I can change it if I want to, but I don't want to change it because, you know, this is who I am. It did make me insecure, but by telling myself every day that you're beautiful and to love myself, it really does change your mindset. So I would just say to talk to yourself. You know, you're your own best friend. You know, don't talk to yourself in public or anything because people might think you're crazy, but who cares? But just tell yourself every day that you're beautiful and that you're enough, because you really are. What would be your ideal job if YouTube didn't exist? I would probably have some kind of full service salon that was just like the dopest salon ever. I already have this really cool idea in my mind for kind of like to happen in 5 years. So maybe I can bring that to life and tell you more about it. But I would just have a really dope salon. I know I would. I know I would. That's what I'd be doing if I wasn't on YouTube. How do I order my Starbucks drink? I get an iced venti soy chai now. I used to get an iced venti non-fat chai with light ice, and now I just get an iced venti soy chai. Lucky Charms or Fruity Pebbles? Definitely Fruity Pebbles. I don't really love Lucky Charms that much. I like the actual cereal in Lucky Charms more over the marshmallows because I don't really love marshmallow that much. It's okay, Zini, you can lay. What is my idea of the perfect day? My perfect day would be getting up at like 10:30 in the morning. It's pouring down rain outside, so it's super, super dark, and it's just like thundering and lightning, and I have my cats with me and Beebs, and we're all tucked in the bed, and we're watching like Game of Thrones all day long until we fall asleep. Do you have any crazy habits or things you like to do? I don't know if it's a crazy habit, but it's definitely weird. I like to dunk saltine crackers in orange juice. Do I have any other collabs in the making? Like I said, I have things that are in the works, but they won't be out till 2017 because things, you know, take forever, but I'm working on things. What is one food you can't live without? Pasta. A message to the haters. If you didn't catch that, I have nothing to say. What is your favorite flower? Probably peonies or just good old roses. I like orchids too, and tulips. I like flowers. I like flowers. It's like I like lamp. How did I get the scar under my lip? I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this. Some people will point it out, and then some people will be like, oh my god, I've been watching your channel for years and I've never seen that scar underneath your lip. I got this when I was a little tiny baby. It's from my baby bottle, like the cap that screws on, I think it's called the nipple, I don't know, not a mom. But that little plastic piece, it would just sit perfectly on my chin, because you see how my chin kind of has that little dip in it right there, so it would just sit perfectly there and rub back and forth, and it basically just left a scar on my chin. One of the doctors, when I was getting my under eyes filled, said that I could fill it with filler, and I was like, no, I like that scar, it makes me me. Do you consider yourself Latina because you have an Argentinian heritage? I do, but I do not speak Spanish. I understand it a lot more than I speak it. I do wish that I spoke fluent Spanish. That is one of my goals in life before I move on to the afterlife, is to become fluent in Spanish. Love you. Well, okay. Are you a fan of Selena? Anything for Selenas, of course. Like, how can, what? Please. Who are my favorite YouTubers? I love Katie Lusterlux. I love her channel. I think she's just so hilarious. I love Desi's channel, of course. So talented, so gorgeous, so sweet. Obviously Car, Nikki Tutorials, absolutely amazing. And Miss Fame, I love his like transformations, so good. It's Judy's Time. You know, all the OGs, love them. I mean, even though like Katie's not an OG, you could tell she really is an OG, so I love her. Someone said, if you were a toe, which toe would you be? I would be the pinky toe, because my pinky toe kind of looks like a little cashew, and I just think it's cute. Everyone just wants to, like, there's so many marriage and baby questions, and everyone's like, you guys would have such a cute baby. I'm like, I feel like we would have an Amazon child. Like, I feel like it would be huge. Like, I was 22.5 inches and almost 10 pounds, and he was almost 10 pounds, and I'm like, I don't want a 10-pound baby. What photo video filter do I use while filming? There's no filter on this video, it's just good lighting. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights shining on me right now. Good lighting, key. What's your opinion on cosmetic surgery? I don't really have an opinion on it because I don't think it's my place to have an opinion on it. Like I said, I'm probably the least judgmental person ever, because I don't want to be judged, so why would I want to judge somebody else? So if you feel the need to get cosmetic surgery, or if you just want cosmetic surgery, who am I to say anything about it? Like, it's your life, you're living it. If it's gonna make you happy, then do it. I don't care if people do cosmetic surgery. Just be honest about it, you know? If I have anything done to me, I'll let you guys know. What's your favorite pizza topping? I don't like toppings on my pizza. I only eat cheese pizza. It has to be thin crust and it has to be well done. Well, how come you and Carly have never done a video together even though you live together? So we do not live together. We have an apartment in LA, which I did not stay at last time I was in LA because I don't want to stay at the apartment by myself because it's scary and there's no room service. So if I fly out to LA by myself, I usually do stay in a hotel just because I feel more safe that way. But we do not live together. She lives in Jersey, I live in Florida. So it's not like we're just hanging around all day and we're not, you know, posting pictures with each other or filming videos. I live down here and she lives like way up here. So we do have an apartment. but we're just never there. Do you like to be the center of attention? I do not. I do not like to be the center of attention. I am super shy and quiet in real life. You guys see me when I'm alone, just there's nobody else in this room, so I can say whatever I want to say. But if I'm in a big group setting, or if there's a bunch of people watching me, I get very shy. I get very like, okay, I don't want to talk, let's just let everybody else talk and let me just kind of, yeah, oh wow, oh, you know what I mean? Like just in their conversation like that. I do not like all eyes on me. It makes me very nervous. I start to sweat immediately. It's not that I'm not confident, it's just I've never liked to be the center of attention ever my whole life. I'm just like, I just like to hang out. Like, let's everybody not be the center. Let's just all be in a circle together. You know what I mean? So I do not like being the center of attention. I'm still pretty shy, which my shyness has come off as me being kind of a bitch in other situations, because I'm just like this. You know, like, because I don't know what to say. I get like kind of nervous and clammy around other people. So I just kind of am like, okay. Like I just like to listen and observe. But, you know, people think that I'm being like stuck up or I don't want to talk. And I'm just like, I'm just shy. I don't know what to say right now. What do you want from me, people? Looking back at some of the older videos that you did when you first started your channel, did you ever think that you would be this successful and make a great name and career for yourself? Never in a million bajillion years did I think that this is what I would be doing. Like I said, I do believe in the power of manifestation, meaning you can manifest your reality just by your thoughts. And without knowing it, I feel like I almost manifested this job for myself, because I can remember coming home from bartending, closing the bar. It's like 2:30 in the morning. I'm just getting home, crawling into bed. I smell of alcohol. I probably look like a wreck. My legs hurt so bad. I used to have this restless leg syndrome from working so much, just standing so much, and it felt like your legs were just always moving. It was horrible, and I had that, and I just can remember going to sleep at night, like I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it right now, and just thinking to myself, you have to find a job where you're your own boss and you can do your own thing and no one's gonna be there to tell you what to do, because I obviously have a problem with authority. I don't like being told what to do, and I almost feel like I manifested this. These goosebumps are so intense. I almost feel like I manifested this career for myself because I would just think it all the time. Now, when I started to become a little successful at YouTube, did I think back and think, oh my God, you did this, you thought of the thought yourself and here it is? No way. It wasn't until I started reading books about manifestation and how your thoughts control your reality that I realized, damn, did I manifest this whole career for myself? So I do really believe in the power of manifestation, but I had no intentions that it would be what it is today, that I could call this like my career. Like when I go fill out something and they write your job title, I write beauty vlogger, and people are like, what is a beauty vlogger? I'm like, well, let me tell you. Soft tacos are hard tacos. Soft tacos. Come on. Funfetti or chocolate cake? Funfetti all the way. How do you deal with hate, especially from gossip websites? I don't deal with it. I don't really give a shit. If somebody has the time to go on a web page and talk shit about people that they don't know, it's like, what do you really have to say about it? Like, I honestly can laugh about it now because it doesn't affect me. When I first started YouTube, I probably had around 50,000 or so subscribers, maybe not even 50,000. And I did the mistaking thing of Googling myself. And I found a website and it was like page after page after page of people talking shit about me. So I can only imagine how many pages there are nowadays. But I was so hurt by it. I was honestly crying. So shout out to you guys for making me cry once in my life. And I was just like, oh my God, I was like, they hate me. I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I felt so sad. I was kind of like just in a little rut after that. That's when I was kind of like in that in-between stage of, do I want to continue my YouTube or do I not? And the thing that you have to remember is, as much hate as there is, there's 30 times the amount of love. So the love always outweighs the hate. So I honestly don't give two shits. Again, like I said, I don't care what anybody has to say about me. If you don't like me, cool. I probably don't like you either, if we want to get real with it. But you cannot like me. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my success in life. It doesn't affect my path in life. It doesn't affect my life. So if people have time to sit around and, you know, be internet thugs and type on their keyboard and that's all they have time to do, you do what you do, girl. I'm out here making a life and being successful, so maybe you should try it out, okay? All right, one more question, because I honestly have been sitting here forever, is what is the worst thing you did in high school? What is the worst thing I did in high school? I used to skip school all the time in high school. Like when I got a car, I was just like, ugh, I hate it. Let's go to McDonald's. But I got my shit together at the end. But I was really actually, I think that I was a pretty good kid because I was just like, I didn't want to ever disappoint my mom, and my mom was super scary. Like she'd beat your ass, no joke. So I was like, I'm not trying to get grounded. I'm not trying to get my car taken away from me. I did shoplift once when I was in high school. I never did it again after. I was stealing makeup, of course, from Walmart. I think I had like some hard candy eyeshadows in my bag or something, and I got totally busted and I was so terrified. They were like, we're gonna call the cops. And I was like, okay, good, just don't call my mom. And they called my mom, and I've never stolen again a day in my life. I think everybody might steal. I had to go to all these classes for like kids that stole, and these kids were like real life thieves. I'm like, I stole some hard candy makeup. I'm like, I was just trying to be cute. But that was probably the worst thing that I ever did in high school. My mom took my car away from me, which was kind of a blessing in disguise because I worked at Sonny's Barbecue at the time as a cashier and like drive-through, and I think it was like during spring break, so I couldn't do anything. I was like totally grounded for a month or so, but I just worked non-stop, and my paychecks would be like $1,000, and I just thought I was like ballin', you know what I mean? But yeah, that was the worst thing I did in high school, is steal. Don't steal, guys. Don't do it. Your mom will catch you. I was really more terrified of my mom than the cops, but other than that, I think I was a pretty good kid. I would skip school every now and then, but who didn't do that? All right, little puppets, I think that is it for this video. Somebody asked if I could speak in this accent, so here you go. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. Hopefully it gave you a little bit more insight into me. A lot of the questions were the same questions, so hopefully your question got answered. I should probably do these a little more often so that they're not so far apart, but I feel like a lot of the questions you guys want to know are just the same thing. Like, I didn't want to answer any makeup questions because we talk about makeup all the time, and yeah, sorry that I got a little emotional in the beginning of it. My eyelash, I feel like, is still flying off, so I'm about to rip these off and put on a more comfy shirt. So that is it for this video. Again, I will be out of town. I leave for LA on Monday. I'm there till Wednesday, and then I come home for one day and then go straight to Orlando. So if you're gonna be in Orlando and you're gonna be at Playlist Live, I will be there. I'm super excited to see you guys. I'm having a meetup and a panel, so if you're there, tweet me, or I will tweet and let you guys know where I am. I think we're going to like Universal on Friday or something to go to the Harry Potter land. Ha ha ha, such a nerd. So if you're in Universal and you think you see me, it is me. Come say hello. So that is it for this video. I don't think I have anything else to tell you guys except I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.